Okay, today we're going to do a demo of how easy it is to create a new fundraising campaign in Big River. We're assuming that you've already applied for a Big River account, that your payment processing application has also been approved, and that you've logged in. All those steps are covered in a different video. Today we're going to focus on what do you do once you're in. The first time you log into Big River, you'll see the template catalog that I'm showing right now. These are predefined, pre-populated types of fundraisers based on industry best practices and successful fundraisers that come with all the content you need to get started in various types of fundraisers. So that includes content on the form, content in emails, receipts, and other items specific to the type of fundraiser that you're doing. We're going to demo today a crowdfunding campaign to show you how easy it is to create a new campaign in Big River. And you notice after I hit the create button, the new campaign is populated with a lot of default content, which instructs me what to do, this content here in the main page, for example, but also which I can change, the image down here, which we'll do right now. So I'm going to start by giving this a name. And this is going to be a campaign to raise money to buy 3D printers for an organization. Now, I've already stashed the web-based content here in Microsoft Word, so you don't have to see me type this. But you'll notice that I'm using standard features of web-based editing to pretty up the content. So if you've done Google Mail or OneDrive or OneNote, you'll be familiar with these controls. We've also got plugins for special types of content, and I'm going to add a YouTube video to this campaign. And I've stashed the URL from YouTube again in this Word document. I'm just going to paste that URL in there. And you'll see that the system populates that with a thumbnail for YouTube. And then we've got a predefined goal, which looks good to me, but I am going to increase the default giving level, what people are prompted to give, so it's a little higher. We're not going to put an end, actually let's put an end date on this, 3 months out to, let's say October 1st. Well, let's say the end of September, July, August, September. All right, and that's going to be our deadline, and then we're going to upload an image, which will be our logo image. And you'll notice that we've automatically set the transaction fee option to prompt donors to pay the organization's transaction fees. That's a very popular and very effective feature. And then we're also going to enable anonymous donations so that people have the ability to make a gift without being publicized on the form. I'm going to save that now. So just that base amount of content populates the main campaign page. And if I preview that, we'll see all of this. So a little reminder here that we're in draft mode. We've got an end date shown here, title, that YouTube video, our HTML content. Notice that we've automatically put in links for social sharing, and our donate button set to $50 by default, and placeholders for the different items that we're going to be giving in recognition for different giving levels. And that's what we'll tackle next. So, in this kind of campaign, giving levels are what we're asking for, and you'll notice that we've pre-populated the template with a few different kinds to give you an idea of the range of options, get you started, get you thinking about what to ask for. And I'm just going to leave those in place and make some changes to them. So in this case, since we're asking for a 3D printer, we're going to be giving away items made in the 3D printer as a thank you for people's donations. And just very easily we're going to say we can obviously get more interesting and spell correctly and get more descriptive here, but I am going to use images to communicate what the item looks like, and we're going to make that $250. For $100, we're going to give away a different type of item, and that's going to be a puzzle cube. once again, I've got an image of that. We'll save that. And then last but not least, or in this case maybe least, we're going to give away a working whistle. And there we go. So this is really enough to get up and running and present to people as our fundraiser. If we preview it now, we've got that content that we defined before, and now we've got giving levels and the items that you are being thanked with on the right-hand side. Now we can show that if we happen to go and donate at the balloon turban level, if you will, this is already pre-selected when they get to this form. Since I'm logged in, my information is populated here, but they would have to populate their own information. And because the system is in a test mode, draft mode, notice that it tells us we can use any 15 characters, any 15 to 16 numbers to test this. So let's do that. I'm going to make a sample donation with my information in it. You can use that to test, and any number for the date and security. And I'm going to write a test transaction. There we go. Now we see that the pre-populated receipt. We see our social integration again. We see my itemization here, so this looks like what I'm expecting to see. Should have a receipt in my inbox for this test transaction, which takes a minute to get there because we queue those up and send them after a delay. And so we got a successful transaction. The receipt looks good. I can add information here about the organization, detail the thanks, and let's show how to do that. So on the Communications tab, we've got access to all the different types of communications from the system. And that starts with the receipt email, which I'm waiting for in my inbox, that receipt page that you just saw, and notice that we've got merge tags that help customize and personalize that page. It's all predefined for you, but you can make changes. If you want to use different merge tags, those are available as a drop-down in the email, but these are all fine. But most importantly, we can use now information to start to market our campaign. And the system predefines every template with the right emails for your campaign, inviting donors. If it's a team campaign, inviting participants, team leaders, reminding donors if they haven't given yet over time, thanking them, etc. All that's predefined, all can be changed, and all can be used to run your campaign. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to change any of that content, but I am going to publish the page now, making it live. And you see that my views changed to a dashboard for running the campaign. Nothing has been accumulated yet, but we're about to change that. So I'm going to go to the Sharing tab and market this campaign. I'm going to click on the Email tab and manually input contacts. I'm going to use my email address again. You can upload an Excel file of email addresses, and of course we remember email addresses over time so that you don't need to re-enter. We do list management for you of donors, people who haven't donated yet, been invited, participants, and those are used appropriately in different outbound communications, which is covered in another video. All right, so I've just selected myself. Next, here is the default content for the email. I can add content to it. The fix tag is important. That is put in by the system automatically. If you remove it, one will be put to the end of the email. That has the buttons in it that will bring you, or the recipient, to the fundraising page, the donation page directly, and also has opt-out information. But very simply, I'm going to send that invitation out. System says it's been sent. All right, and that email is in my personal inbox now, and notice that we've populated some of those merge tags, the account name, the organization name, the goal, and we've placed those buttons where that fix tag was that will direct us to either the campaign page or directly to the donation form. We've also got our unsubscribe tag in here automatically. We do respect opt-outs for donors that no longer wish to be solicited. And notice that although this is coming from Big River, accounts can be set up for the emails to come from an account in their organization, an email address in the organization. and so it communicates to the donor that this message is coming from the organization, and it's also an inbox for replies. But I'm going to go to the campaign page, and liking what I see, I'm going to make a donation, and I'll donate the balloon turbine. It's always a good idea to have the most valuable donation at the top of the list. As impulse people like me, we'll just select the first thing we see, and we're going to change some of this information. And then since we've got a demo credit card hooked up to this account, I can put any number in it to simulate a transaction. Now I choose to make my gift public, so it'll be acknowledged on the giving page as well as the amount, although I can control either of those, and I can send a little message to the campaign managers, which will also be shown next to my donation on the page, and make my donation. We get the receipt that we've seen before, and now when I go to the campaign homepage, we see that first $250 toward our goal. Now if I log into my dashboard again, and looking at that campaign, I can see that progress on my administrative campaign management dashboard. I can also see that individual donation, and from the dashboard I can send an additional personalized thank you, starting from best practice content that the system has built into the template. And in this way, make the thank you even more reinforcing, more personal, and develop more deeply that relationship with the potential donor. So we've shown you end-to-end how you can go from scratch to creating a new fundraiser in Big River that can be effective and online very rapidly. There are many different kinds of templates included on the platform for virtual food drives, other types of individual fundraisers, team fundraising, and more, and we'll cover those in additional videos. So subscribe to this YouTube channel for additional demos and information on bringing the best practices from e-commerce to nonprofit fundraising. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.